name is Mirage Vanguard, and I'm an artist, framer, muralist, activist, and all-around amazing human being. What made me want to get into framing was really needing it myself as an artist. Going to get myself framed, I realized how expensive it was. So not only did I think it'll save me money, but also the business side of it, look how much they're charging. Like that could be, something profitable as a business. I feel like becoming a framer has made me more of an art snob. Like I'm very on the technical aspect of things. When I go to museums and I go to shows, I'm looking at every detail. Even when I go to the High, I'll go to like the Museum of LA and I'm like looking at the corners, how did they frame it, looking at every element, because framing is really important to a piece. I think a lot of people take it for granted, but not only does it elevate your art look-wise, you can charge more because you have the frame on there. Most times people come in here with no idea what they want. They have no clue, especially when I work with artists, especially my artist friends. They never know what they want. But I love that because honestly, being 100% honest, I do feel like I know what's best. When it comes to the framing design, I feel like I know what the best frame and what the best design is gonna be once I see the artwork. So I actually love when people give me the opportunity to design it. They don't have any ideas. I just need to know you a little bit. What are you like? What is your home like? And as long as I know that, just let me go and then trust me, you're gonna like it. Being able to work in a shop like this that's been here and established and we're able to work with like fine quality materials. So that's why a lot of people come to us. Like the museum quality glass, non-glare. I always make sure anytime I'm working with, a City of Ink artist or any artist that I know, I educate them on the quality of the glass, because that's something a lot of people don't notice, but once you see it, and you can't unsee it. So that's really important. Even linen mats, not just paper. A lot of times I use fabric mats, silk, just different type of things. Those little things just bring something, textures, mixing those textures is just bringing something else. Like it's just elevating the piece even more. And I think a lot of people appreciate that, and that's why they want to work with me and they want to work with the shop. What I like most about being a framer is definitely solving that problem that I had for myself. The reason I got into framing was accessibility, and that's my main purpose. I want to be able to help and provide that service to people who didn't even think that was an option for them, because it really is a game changer to be able to frame your piece and to be able to frame it with quality. I mean, anyone can go, you can go to them, but it's just a different level when you're dealing with a framer designer who really cares and has passion about what they're doing. It really makes a difference. So I think that's what makes me really unique as a framer, because I actually care about what I'm doing. I feel like Atlanta is very segregated as an art community. So I like to work with artists from all types of galleries. I work with ABV artists, I work with City of Ink artists, the same. And I feel like a lot of those crowds don't connect, but through me that there's a connection. So I definitely want to utilize that more. I want to do a framer show and give framers more light, because framers and producers is pretty much like a rapper and an artist. It's the same combination. We need each other, we're part of the same thing. So the more that we can connect and just come together and realize that we need each other, the more we're gonna grow and just grow stronger as a community. When I did the first interview with you, I was really kind of starting my career as an artist. I had not even thought about doing framing. I wouldn't say naive, but when you're very green. You don't know what you don't know. And at that time, my ego was really strong. And I thought that I just knew everything about art because my dad's a painter. So I grew up knowing how to paint, knowing how to draw, and just always getting accolades for that like my whole life. So when I got to that age, I was like, oh, I'm the shit. Like, no one can tell me nothing. I know everything. Like, I'm the best there ever was. And I had to realize that wasn't true. So once I educated myself, started actually getting into the community, I really learned what I didn't know, and I learned to reach out to people who did know. So I was able to find mentors and just different people who were able to teach me and help me grow in my artistry. And I feel like I learned a lot with my art because before I was mostly just doing pop art. But now I'm doing more a contemporary style, and I feel like that's translating my message better. Before I became a framer, I had never met a Black framer. I've had many people tell me I'm the only Black framer they've ever seen. Lots of people have told me that. I love that and I hate it. You know, it's a really big issue in the art community because, like, even not just framing, Black women artists are very far and few between. I believe we're like 3% of museums, there are 3% are Black women artists. So that framing is even less, obviously. So I honestly don't even know how many Black framers there are, but I know it's not many. So that is really important to me to be able to represent, not only as a Black person, but as a Black woman. I've incorporated frames into my artwork. A few of my pieces, like I'll put the frame on it before the piece is done, and I'll continue painting onto the frame. So that's become something that I've been like playing with lately. And it's something that's unique to me because unless you have access to be able to frame your piece before it's done, you're not able to do it. So it's just something that I can do, and I'm enjoying having that, you know, uniqueness about my art. I'm in my 30s now, so a lot has changed physically and mentally, but mostly I feel like I've just learned what I didn't know. And now that I'm in a better place, I'm doing my first solo show this year, and I feel like it's the perfect time because now I know exactly what I want to say and exactly how I want to say it and how I want them to receive it. I feel like we limit ourselves a lot as Black people on what we can do, and that's not true. Our skies are limitless just like anyone else, and we can do anything that we want. And if we want to do framing, there's a way to do it. And just like I didn't have an experience, I didn't know what I was doing, I came in and I found someone who had the experience. That translates to anything you want to do. Find somebody who knows how to do it and let them teach you how to do it. And I feel like there needs to be more Black people. There needs to be more Black women who take the initiative to get into this industry because representation is so important, not only for the customers and for the artists. You know, if I'm a Black artist, it's gonna mean something to me to work with a Black framer. I did grow up thinking that, you know, it wasn't possible. There wasn't any representation when I was growing up in the 90s. I wasn't going to galleries like that, and when I did, I wasn't seeing Black artists, so it wasn't something I even thought was possible. And then my dad, being a painter, you know, he was telling me that, hey, you know, go get a job. You know, that's just a hobby, like it's not really, you know, money like that, because the Atlanta art scene was not where, you know, he moved down here in the 80s, the Atlanta art scene was not where it is now. So I understand where he was coming from at the time, but I do love that I'm able to prove him wrong in that way, that there's a market for this. It's definitely money out here to be made. It's clients who need framing, who want framing, and they have the money to pay for it. So it's not impossible, and it's just different ways, and people just need to stop limiting themselves, honestly. So I'm glad I'm able to show people that this is a thing that you can do. It's not that taboo. My name is Mirage Vanguard. I am an artist, a framer, activist, community leader, and this is my voice, and this is my life.